2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Crime, murder, chalk outlines, DNA tests, blood, anonymous tip, beheadings and disembowelments, fingerprints, the yellow tape that they have on crime scenes, witness statements, stakeouts with my cop friend and we drink coffee, UV lights that they can see on 5 minutes.
Yes, hello. Belle's about to explain a true crime story in about 5 minutes. Go.
You're killing your own time.
No.
I specifically said to Ben, I'm going to explain why we're doing this episode, then start the time. And he said, no
Because
worries.
Belle was upset because she feels like I'm starting the timer too soon and she's not getting enough time to explain the story.
If I remember rightly, last week, Belle was criminally under time.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm borrowed
She did
time.
a true crime in about 2 minutes, and then we had to just fluff around for 3 minutes.
The way this pod works is we say hello,
Yeah.
we explain what it is, and then time starts.
All right, give me 30 seconds to explain.
No, this is it. This is your time.
No,
Go on then. Explain it.
please.
Go on, explain it.
She's about to say something hectic now. Now we'll have to, it'll completely. So,
Yep.
like, laughing time is over. Now you can say the serious thing.
The reason, so normally true crime, we would be discussing a true crime case. But this week, I just want to talk about the alien encounter by Kelly Cahill in 1993 in Melbourne.
Aliens, true crime.
The reason that I want to do this one is because if, at the time of the release of this episode, on Friday, so a few episodes down in your podcast list, you'll see that we spoke to Nick Pope, who is a UFO and alien expert from the UK. And he did quickly mention in our chat with him the case of Kelly Cahill in Australia.
Jeez, Belle, you should have
abducted.
explained all this before the time
Don't,
starts.
I will.
No,
Anyway.
to be fair, if she was abducted by aliens, which I hope is where this is going, an abduction is a crime. And if she's saying it's true, then it's a true crime. So,
I guess so, but she's fine. She's fine. Like, everyone's fine.
I mean, I was trying to help you out here.
Anyway,
You're making this worse for yourself.
No, it's more of this conspiracy theory that came out because of it. So, all right, long story short, 1993, Kelly Cahill, which is actually not her real name. She went by a fake name.
Oh, right.
And her fake name husband, Andrew, were both driving along like country roads near Narre Warren, southeast of Melbourne. And they went to see their friends for dinner. So they were driving like in the evening time and it was dark, and Kelly said that she saw ahead of them like a row of orange lights. And her husband was like, nah, don't know what you're talking about. They went to the dinner at their friend's house. They got there and he was like, oh, check it out. Kelly thinks she saw some aliens and a UFO. They laughed about it. She went, yeah, probably not. But on their drive back from the friend's house at about midnight, they both saw the same thing again. This time Andrew saw it as well. And the way they describe it is like a row of orange lights, which as they drove towards it, and it was in the distance in pitch black country, they realised it was a row of windows. So think along a UFO. And they also said they saw figures standing in the windows. They then saw other people had stopped their cars and were looking at it as well. So there were other witnesses. And then Kelly says, and the way she describes it is suddenly it was like time jumped ages in advance and suddenly they were back in the car. They'd driven hundreds of meters down the road and she'd woken up from a dream. But she woke up and Andrew was like, yeah, no, that all happened. That's so weird. What just happened? How come we have no recollection of it? They got home, they looked at the clock and like a whole hour had passed that they couldn't account for. So they were both very confused at this point. She contacted the UFO Investigation Centre, who then contacted the Phenomena Research of Australia, the PRA, and they were like, oh my gosh, this is the biggest alien thing that you've ever seen. This is incredible. She, over the next week, started getting like weird markings on her bodies. Specifically, one she talks about is like a triangle like burn mark near her belly button and pains in her stomach. So at this point, she's like, oh my gosh, I've been abducted. They've done something to me.
Bit of probing sort of action.
Yeah. Andrew was backing her up at this point, and then 2 other witnesses came forward and said, yes, we were there as well. She then went on Today Tonight. She wrote a whole book called Encounter. It sold out straight away. She became like the face of alien abductions in 1993 to 1998. So she was going on tours. The government were like, oh my gosh, this is it. They're writing this 300-page report, and these other witnesses were backing her up. Suddenly, Andrew, her husband, says, actually, nah. I don't really actually remember it all that well. The other witnesses pulled out. They no longer wanted to talk about it. And then Kelly eventually said, actually, I'm done with all this. I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. And by 1998, she vanished. And she changed, because it was Kelly with a fake
pretty
name.
wild.
She just disappeared and said, no, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's all too much.
Yeah, right. And so is she's alive though? Like we know
Yeah. So she went apparently, like the thing is, like she went under a fake name, but she was on TV and you can see what she looks like and everything.
I can
But
see,
back in the day, no internet, you couldn't just like Facebook stalk her. But
Or was it Kelly Rowland?
Kelly.
are you serious, Ben?
Kelly Cahill, sorry.
Kelly Rowland is in Destiny's Child. So yeah, no, apparently she went and lived overseas and then she came back and but she used a pseudonym so that she could just be like, hey, actually, I want to go back to my normal life. Her book now sells
Doris
online.
Matthews is her real name, yeah.
Don't say that. Her book now you can buy online for like $400 because it was like a limited edition print. But
can you get it on Audible?
I don't know, actually.
Or
I
like
don't know.
a Kindle?
Probably.
And so are we saying that we think that she was fully lying?
Well, no, because these other people came out.
Yeah, my vibe was that they got paid off to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
That was my
This is
that was
all
my
part of
vibe.
the
dang
conspiracy.
feds.
And her and Andrew, her husband, got divorced as well. Very sad, because then he was like, actually, I don't back him
Well,
anymore. So
no
sad.
time to get into the marriage was because we're
Well, if you
out of
didn't
time here.
Waste so much time Belle, at the start. You might have time to get into the marriage stuff.
But
Anyway, that was a good one.
thank you.
I liked it. Even though I was doubtful about aliens, I find that
I
interesting.
like the yarn. I like it's Australian as well. It's it's close to home.
All right, see you in the next one.
And that's it!
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.